From WREG in Memphis, this is News Channel 3 at 6.
Breaking news topping the 6. 2 people are dead after a shooting happened last night near Orange Mound neighborhood. According to Memphis police, they responded to the area just after 10:30 near Wild Rose and Sims Avenue. That's where they located 2 men inside of a vehicle with gunshot wounds. Sadly, both victims were pronounced dead on the scene. Detectives say that the incident is still under investigation, and anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH. And we're also working to learn what led to a crash on Interstate 240. TDOT cameras caught Memphis police and state troopers working a wreck on the southbound lane near Jefferson Avenue. A wrecked black sedan could be seen surrounded by law enforcement as traffic was backed up for the investigation. We've reached out to THP on what led to the crash and if anyone was injured, and we will bring you the latest once we learn more details. Meanwhile, a woman is searching for answers after her vehicle was allegedly set on fire outside of a downtown Memphis apartment complex. Good evening, I'm Braille Brown. Thanks for joining us. Shay is off. The incident happened back in April, and since then, the victim has not gotten any answers on who could have done it. WREG's Caitlin Barker is live at South City Apartments. And Caitlin, you spoke with the victim. What did she tell you?
Yeah, Braille, Shakisha Brown told me that she was in the process of moving when this all happened. Now, I want you to take a look at the parking spot. You can see the damage that's still there. You can see the debris on the ground, the broken glasses here, and the parking spot is completely burned. Now, she told me that when she went to sleep, her car was fine, but when she woke up, her car was engulfed in flames. Now, if you take a look at the damage this fire caused, Brown not only lost her car, but everything inside. She told me she has no idea who did this, but she wants someone held accountable.
I was in the process of moving. I had got my keys the day before and my lease to my new house, and my key to the new property and my lease was inside my car. My purse, my driver license, my money, everything was inside of the car. So I had lost basically everything that was in there.
Now, coming up at 10, you'll learn how Brown's personal security camera could help lead to an arrest. I'm Caitlin Barker reporting live for your news leader, WREG News Channel 3.
All right, now let's take a look at the weather with weather expert Max Claypool. Max, it was a great weekend. It was a great week. I went out to the barbecue fest, and did you happen to go?
I did not, but it was a good weekend for it.
It was. It definitely was.
Yeah, the weather cooperated. Very summer-like, you know, as we, I mean, we're not that far away from summer here.
We are not at all. So what about the people who are out there right now? I'm super jealous of them.
Yeah, so they're not going to have any problems. This is a live look outside at East Memphis, Shelby Farms. Really no rain chances here. It's just going to be the overcast skies. You can actually see the sun breaking through in a few places, but there is more clouds than anything this afternoon. Temperatures right now are fairly mild. We've come down by a few degrees, currently in the low 80s, about 81 degrees. There is a bit of a south breeze out there with, again, mostly cloudy skies. Here's a look at that on Storm Tracker 3S. You're really not going to see much in terms of any rain. It's just going to be that south breeze and those clouds. Overnight tonight, we'll start to see the clouds fade out, and by tomorrow, it's going to be a warm, sunny day. Temperatures should approach 90 degrees tomorrow afternoon, possibly more like upper 80s, depends on exactly where you are, but very warm. I mean, low 90s in places tomorrow and sunny. So a very summer-like start to the end of the weekend, and then Monday is going to be pretty similar with the warm temperatures. So looking ahead to the next couple of days, Tuesday is sort of going to be your main day that we're expecting rain to come through out ahead of a cold front. Then that's going to kick off what should be at least several days of rain chances. Every day for this week is going to feature at least some low rain chances, so it's not like it's going to rain, you know, every day Tuesday onward, but there will be sort of sporadic rain chances coming in. But definitely Tuesday out ahead of that front. Then as that front kind of stalls and slows down, Wednesday is going to feature more rain chances, and then they become much spottier as we head into the second half of the week. The severe weather risk overall kind of low. Right now it's not in our viewing area, but they may extend this a little bit closer to us. So we might see just like a garden variety sort of summertime windy sort of severe weather risk, but that would be on the lower end of things. So for tonight, really mild temperatures with decreasing clouds. Tomorrow, it's going to be warmer and sunnier than today, so very summer-like. Definitely get out there and enjoy it. Then we're tracking rain chances that should pick up this week starting Tuesday. Braille?
Thank you, Max. New at 6, I'm sure many of us remember what it was like to ride on a plane for the first time. And for some, it was exciting to experience. And for others, it could have felt a little nerve-wracking. Well, a special group for people that got to experience that feeling for the first time at Memphis International Airport. Well, kind of, but WREG's Quamitra Wilborn breaks down how the airport is working to make travel accessible for every single flyer.
Ever been on a plane before?
No, this is my first time.
Today is a big day for 11-year-old Preston Harris. He and his family will be boarding a plane together for the first time.
And Disney's one of our favorite spots, and so is Gulf Shores. But Mom is ready to start trying to fly to places versus trying to drive to places.
She wants to go to Hawaii, so that's why we're doing this.
Because you have to fly to Hawaii.
She has to fly to Hawaii, right.
Just like everyone else, they got their plane ticket, went through TSA security, took that long walk to their gate, and got in line to board their plane. The only difference is that this plane never left the terminal. The family, along with dozens of other families, participated in the Memphis International Airport's second annual Flying Together event Saturday morning. In collaboration with Delta Airlines and numerous community partners, airport officials say it's a simulated travel experience designed to help children with special needs become familiar with the process of navigating through an airport and getting on a plane.
That dry run experience for some of these families really helps them kind of warm up to the idea so that maybe they can do it for real sometime.
Even though you're not really taking off, it's going to be really fun.
Many of the families we spoke to say their children have never been on a plane. Tamika Faulkner says the large crowds and loud noises at an airport can be overstimulating for her son.
But going to a brand new place that he's never gone to before can be very uncomfortable and triggering. It's the social skills. It's not intelligence. It's just behaving differently.
Once on the plane, the passengers went to their seats and got to hear from the flight attendants and pilot. After becoming familiar with being inside of an aircraft cabin, the families went through the deplaning process and were greeted by applause when they walked back through the gate.
Waiting for the plane to actually board and stuff like that allowed us to talk through some things, watch the flights take off, and got to see how their responses would be. So it was amazing for the entire family, and me and my wife couldn't be prouder for this opportunity.
And we caught up with Preston after he landed, and he tells us one day he wants to experience the real thing.
How was it?
It was really fun. I'm glad to experience it.
Reporting for your news leader from the Memphis International Airport, Quamitra Wilborn, WREG News, Channel 3.
The airport says another way that they're trying to make the airport more accessible is through their Sunflower Lanyard program, which is designed to help people with hidden disabilities better navigate through the airport. You can find more by clicking on the link attached to the story on our website. And the superintendent of Lauderdale County Schools is speaking out after several fights broke out during Ripley's high school graduation Thursday night. Superintendent Selena Sparksman says that the fight happened after the ceremony as graduates and families were taking pictures. She says that the students were well behaved and excited to celebrate and should not be blamed for what happened. She says that adults ruined what should have been a special night for the class of 2026.
We had adults who decided that they would start fighting and ruin that moment for our students and for their families. I don't see this as a Ripley problem. I see this as a societal problem.
And Sheriff Brian Kelly and Mayor Maurice Gaines responded by enforcing a 10 o'clock curfew. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. And coming up, after nearly a year at the sea, a U.S. aircraft carrier is finally home. But as families welcome those sailors back, U.S.-Iran peace talks are still hanging in the balance. What could be decided whether the conflict ends or escalates again? Find out next on At 6.
A 19-year-old killed in the front yard of a family's home.
They just said that somebody pulled up and started shooting, and he got hit.
A family left heartbroken.
And Kendra was the only child his mom and dad had.
Investigators looking for his killer.
We was there when the coroner left with his body.
Manhunt Monday at 6 a.m. and 5 p.m.